Welcome back to Mass Culture Podcast, episode number 14, with a very special guest.
KeeganTaylor.
All
Okay,
right.
let's dig into this.
All right, take it.
Okay,
Set it
so
off.
you're a professional wrestler. Let's hear about this.
So you want the full backstory from the beginning?
Yes, like how'd you get into it? Who's your influences? We want to know it all.
So originally I started watching it as a kid with my dad. Kind of had that set that it's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And so when I graduated high school a few years ago, I looked up local schools in the area and found IWC in Pittsburgh. So I just reached out to them about an opportunity for trying out. And they got back to me, went and did the tryout, and luckily I passed. So I was like, to me it was set in stone then. I'm coming up on my second year of actively doing shows with training added in that too, because there's always room to get better.
Right.
But yeah, if it wasn't for my dad, I would have probably never found wrestling and wanted to pursue this crazy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad's like a hardcore fan too?
He was. I don't know if he really watches it much anymore.
Yeah. I know the Attitude Era turned my dad off. I don't know if that's similar, but he seemed to he didn't like any of the filth and stuff. They're starting to kind of go towards
Yeah, it's kind of like X-rated and stuff like that. And,
Yeah, I'd say the era I watched was more around 2006. So the later Kurt Angle and John Cena kind of
okay.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been wrestling fans our whole lives, so grew up watching it. So we're older than you, so we had the Hulk Hogan, we had this
Ultimate Warrior,
Stone Cold in his prime,
Undertaker.
yeah, definitely. Who was your first wrestler that you wanted to emulate?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
I
okay.
love.
So you're a high flyer?
When I was lighter, I used to be. Yeah, I'm more of a, I guess, striker technician style now. Because I bulked up to 210 pounds, so I'm not doing much flippy stuff right now.
Yeah.
But
what was the first match you ever had outside of just practice?
The first match I had was against my coach Glenn Spector. Was my debut at IWC, July 8th of 2023. Yeah.
Oh, so you're fairly new to this then. Starting out, was this something that taking on matches, you're doing local promotions now and stuff too? How's that go? Do you have to contact certain people? How do you get on the card?
Yeah, you usually got to reach out to promoters and then deal with your rate, which is your pay and all that, and what you're doing. My coach Glenn, he riding around with him, I got a lot of opportunities from that and being shows he's on. And I was in a stable with them called the Troublemakers, and since I changed my name as a wrestler, I'm no longer with the group, and I have a new tag partner named Johnny Mahalo, and we're called Point Break. So it's like a surfer and skater thing. That's what our character is. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
feeling that out.
Is that the first time you've been in a tag team?
A consistent tag team, yes.
What's the benefits to that as opposed to just doing your own thing?
Oh, everything's so much easier to remember, man.
Really?
You got to have to work,
easier.
right?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, too. Being a solo act's cool, but there's so many solo acts, it's harder to get noticed than being a team.
Yeah.
And tag teams are always great in wrestling. The Road Warriors, the Steiner Brothers, stuff like that. The Hart Foundation, Demolition. I mean, what's it? Tugboat.
Who you got now?
Earthquake. Yeah.
Who would be modern? Who are your favorite tag teams now?
Modern, I like the Motor City Machine Guns a lot. My partner really loves the Young Bucks.
Okay, AEW guys.
Yeah, I'm biased.
Do you prefer AEW to WWE, or is it kind of want you to take it all in as much as you can?
I wouldn't say I have a more serious preference. I grew up watching the WWE and then, or I guess earlier TNA, before I guess when around 2008. So that the main event Mafia was
so
running around.
We were around when WWE bought WCW.
Yeah.
I don't know if that might have been right before you started watching.
I've seen older clips, so that was I was probably just born at that point.
Yeah.
2002, so
I would say it was 2000, 2001 or something like that.
Yeah.
But to a lot of people, said that was the day wrestling died, because now that Vince McMahon had bought his competition, it's they were doing all kinds of goofy stuff with WWE, all the superstars after that for the longest time.
Yeah. cool. As far as WWE goes, is it something you're pursuing? Like how many days a week are you putting into wrestling?
I usually train 2 days a week, and usually a good month I'd wrestle Friday through Sunday. I mean, it's very here and there. Usually, at least every weekend I'm wrestling 1 or 2 matches.
Oh, really?
Which is really good. I've done extra work for both WWE and AEW so far, they're both really great experiences, like seeing behind the scenes and being backstage. But overall, the end goal is WWE.
Yeah, that's everyone's end goal,
Yeah.
probably, right? Have you seen the shows where they have the upcomers coming up? Like, you ever looking to try and get into something like that, or?
I have not, mainly because like the schedule's been busy with wrestling, like actively going to shows. So like I'm on the road a lot.
So you're booked a lot then.
Yeah.
Traveling, what's that like?
Tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had back-to-back shows Saturday and Sunday, so it was going to Altoona, coming home, sleeping, and waking up bright and early and traveling to I think Beckley, West Virginia.
Oh wow!
And then coming home last night.
So you're getting out there then too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the farthest you've traveled for a show?
10.5 hours to New Hampshire.
Wow.
And then driving 10.5 hours back to Ohio the next night.
Is that with your tag team partner too, or just you?
That was me and my buddy rode up, but not my tag partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you have a couple buddies, friends of yours that are doing the same thing as you, or is this kind of like a solo mission?
I mean, I met my friends through doing this, so I guess, yeah.
But you kind of walked in this alone then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. What was that like? Just, walking in the first time saying, hey, I want to wrestle.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Because, I walk into a room with people I've never met before.
Right.
This is my first step into adulthood. Like, I'm out of high school. I don't know what I want to do with my life.
Right.
So, like, even that kind of had me a little nervous, but
yeah,
I was worth it.
And where did you go to school at again?
New Brighton.
New Brighton. Okay, I know there's a school. Is that the one Mankind went to?
Yeah, Dominic Danucci used to run it.
Shane Douglas lives in like the local area. So that's like the closest person I know of.
Yeah,
for wrestling.
Yeah, Mankind probably. Right?
Yeah,
Mick Foley. Yeah. He went to school down there somewhere.
Yeah, that Dominic Danucci school. I don't know if it's still up and running. It's somewhere in Freedom, PA.
Oh, I have no
close
idea.
that way.
Yeah.
So somewhere up around there.
And then, so you walk in and it's got to be awkward. Like you're learning how to, because other men would be like body slamming you. And what was that like taking your first real hit?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, really. So you're an adrenaline junkie.
Oh yeah, dude. It was. I do all the stupid shit in my tag team. I'll take really anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you used to be a high flyer. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's all about the thrill, the love of the game, I guess.
Talk about like some of the like sacrifice you had to go through just getting into this.
I mean, I lost a lot of connections and like, like different girlfriends and stuff because not everybody gets this kind of lifestyle. It's hard being on the road and not being around all the time. So it's like letting that go sucks and you get hurt a lot. But if this is what you want to do, you got to put everything you got into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't cookie cutter way around if you want to make it.
Right. Driving alone to shows, not knowing anybody when you get there. How are you with the crowd? How are you with the crowd as far as like, are you the villain? Are you the good guy?
Lately, I've been a lot of the heel. I debuted as a face. I like being the good guy. It's great. I just have that knack for it and the smile.
Yeah.
But being a heel is great. I've had a hard time with it starting, but I've come out of my shell being more vocal and like when people heckle me, I heckle back. Just kind of just being a prick.
What's that like dealing with the crowd? Is it fun?
Oh, it's fun, but some people are ruthless with the stuff they say.
Like, I'm sure at the local shows for sure.
Oh, dude, like in Altoona,
yeah,
like people were calling me like us like the F slur and stuff like that. And it's like there's children here, man. Like,
and they're the ones calling you it.
Yeah, I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, I can imagine what that's like. Dylan, now as far as alter ego, do you turn it on, turn it off, or are you kind of yourself?
It's a little bit of both. Usually, I'm more focused when I walk through the curtain because I'm like ready. It's showtime, and then when I get back, it's like no, just normal.
Is that kind of like your reward when you get into the ring? It's kind of like all the practice, all the bumps you're taking. Yeah. That's the moment of where you feel fulfilled of like,
Yeah, everything's paying off that I've trained so hard for.
Yeah. As far as marketing yourself, how do you go about that?
I'm doing better at social media and like being that kind of presence. Like when I started out, I had no clue like as a 22-year-old, I really didn't know how social media worked, which is crazy.
You grew up with this stuff, man.
We don't want to hear
Don't you
it.
give me that.
I mean, I'm doing better. I'm posting more, working on doing more promos and stuff too to kind of make my voice get out there, which is kind of hard. You know, like so many takes of doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's like half the battle sometimes, getting good promos and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
that's
dude.
how the fans take you, you know?
Yeah. It's funny, too, because, like, once I added a couple people within the wrestling industry, you know, even, like, adding you to my new page. We'll get into that maybe sometime later.
Yeah.
I had to start a new page, but I have so many people now because of how the algorithm works. It keeps feeding me all these people that are, like, in the scene. I'm like, wow, this is really huge right now. Like, wrestling is really big.
That's definitely huge right now.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like 10 promotions in Pittsburgh, so like there's a never-ending supply of people.
Yeah, yeah. And then how do you navigate through that? Are you signed to like an agency, or you just do whatever you want?
I guess I'd be a freelancer, but I train with IWC, so in Pittsburgh I generally stick with them just because it's my home promotion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like with the whole, I guess, politics side of wrestling, I guess it makes sense. Like, why would I go to this company where their ticket sales are like $10, right? And then IWC's tickets are, say, like $20, $25, you know what I mean? So if I go to the place that's cheaper, why would they want to come see me at this place?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the draw matters too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there certain promotions right now that are really doing well?
Pittsburgh-wise, I'd say Rise is doing well. I guess that's kind of maybe IWC's like header. And RWA, I believe, is doing pretty well too.
Oh, okay.
And then like they do the Enjoy shows every, I think, quarter. Those are pretty popular.
Yeah. Cool. You want to tell them some of the questions you were asking me earlier?
Yeah, so we're just on the subject of wrestling, so it's WrestleMania next weekend. What's the big match you're ready to see this weekend?
Definitely the triple threat with Punk, Rollins, and Reigns.
Who you hoping wins?
Punk.
All right, same guy.
Same, yeah,
Yeah,
same.
I'm a big Punk
And
guy.
I wasn't a Punk guy at first. He grew on me.
Yeah.
You know, like, because my friend, of all things, he's like, oh, dude, no, Punk's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I was like, what? You know, but then he is starting to grow on me a little bit. So it's, I guess some people, you know, like Triple H, I don't really like him at first, and he loved him.
See, I always like Triple H as a bad guy. He was one of the best at what he does. When he's a bad guy, top notch.
Absolutely.
Who's your what is it called, the Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, well, who's your Mount Rushmore wrestling? And I know they ask every wrestler this, and no matter what they say, someone's mad about they didn't say a certain
It's
person.
always always a wrong question.
Yeah.
I'd say John Cena, The Rock, AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle.
Wow, he was pretty quick with that too.
Yeah, so you know it.
Any interactions with Kurt Angle being from Pittsburgh?
I've never met Kurt Angle. I'd say one of the legends that I have met was Rob Van Dam, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
I got to drive him for one of the shows we brought him in. I picked him up from the airport. He bought me Applebee's afterwards. So it was
no kidding.
Yeah, dude, it was so sick.
So you guys got to sit down.
Oh,
Chill?
yeah.
Oh, that's
hang out
cool.
with
He loves conspiracy theories.
Oh, really?
I have friends that do that all day.
I know Raven. I don't know if he still has a podcast. He used to talk about conspiracy theories all the time. You ever listen to The Raven Effect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good show. I haven't listened in a while, but I know it was good.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, as far as interactions, I know we've met wrestlers, you know, here and there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember the name Bruno Sammartino. He was
Of course,
so I met him one time. He used to live like right down the street from here.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I literally was at a stop sign, and I was backed up behind like 3 different cars. I looked over, and he was kind of doing like the same thing on the opposite. And I was like, "Hey, are you Bruno Sammartino?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, could you pull, because my dad talked about him our whole lives, you know, oh, you know, these guys ain't got nothing on Bruno, all this stuff. I was like, could you pull over so I can get your autograph? And he was like, yeah, no problem. He pulled over his car. He got out the car. And I'm like talking. He's like, how the hell did you know who I was? And I was like, my dad. Like, you know, he always, you know, he talks about you. He really liked you. And he's like, he was impressed. He's like, oh, that's really cool, man. Like, nice to meet you. You know, he lived right around this area somewhere. North Hills.
North Hills somewhere.
Yeah.
But the North Hills area, that's for sure.
Yeah. And that might have been like one of the coolest experiences. We got to meet like a couple people on the fly, like The Rock really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, who else?
Undertaker.
You probably met Undertaker.
I used to go to a lot of indie shows, so I've met a lot of wrestlers down there. Like, Sabu, Sandman, Raven, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. I met him before. AJ Styles, actually, you mentioned him.
Yeah.
When he was in TNA, me and a group of friends, we went to go see them up in, I think it was IUP. We got to hang out with him after the show.
Oh, that's sweet.
He was just back there hanging out with everybody. Huh. So he's like real cool. I've always liked him since then.
I met Corey Graves around Christmas, actually, at my normal job. He came in and bought a treadmill, and I loaded it up for him. It was the craziest thing. Like, I was walking to the front of the store, and I was like, wait a minute, I know this guy.
Yeah. He's supposed to be from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. He used to wrestle at the same time my coach was wrestling, like the area in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
So it was like another pretty cool thing.
What is he done? Is he's hurt?
He got hurt or something, right?
Yeah, I think the concussions is why he stopped wrestling.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, look at a lot of them, like Bret the Hitman Hart, how he still blames Goldberg for everything.
Yeah.
And Bret Hart, I love him, but I can listen to him talk about Goldberg all day, every day. It's always funny,
Who's your favorite heel?
My favorite heel of all time?
Or currently? Either or.
I'd say of all time would probably be like Triple H, like when he, like 90s.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of the old stuff, like from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like The Rock and Stone Cold was always one of my favorite feuds.
Best, how do you take in the old stuff now? You watch on the streaming services, YouTube, or
a lot of YouTube has a lot of stuff. I watched a lot of early Ring of Honor, like when CM Punk's time there, and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know he started off in Pittsburgh at PWX. He used to do shows with them right before he got real big and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
who's a wrestler like on the independent market that we should know about? That you're just like, this guy could be the next thing.
Oh, dude, there's so many guys. Like a lot of the WWID kids. Honestly, his name's Kanan Christopher. He's a buddy of mine. I train with him. Dude, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like he
has that it factor.
Dude, he just gets it. He's big as hell.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely going to get signed sooner.
We'll have to bring him in sometime, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I'm sure he'd love to come do this.
That's cool, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I figure you got to see a lot of people just like, damn, if that guy got the right attention, you never know. Other people have to work extra hard to get there, and some people just naturally have that that look, something about them, yeah. What's the worst injury you ever took?
I actually haven't been injured yet.
That's good.
Knock on wood. I did get a really bad cramp in my knee like a month ago, and like I was in a gauntlet match, so I wrestled 3 times in a row, and it happened in like the beginning of the second match. So I was just hobbling around. It was brutal.
Wow. You ever take any hardcore matches or anything, or?
I've been in a weapons match, but like I really like steered away from everything crazy. Just I don't do the blood.
No,
it's not for me.
Have you been asked to?
No.
Oh, that's good. Because I imagine there used to be a saying. I don't know if you heard it. It was red is green. Did you ever hear that saying before? Mm-hmm. That used to be an old like a cut term. You know, when they have to like red meaning spill your blood, green meaning you'll get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's an old wrestling term that we used to hear.
I mean, for the right price, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Right. A promotion trying to get some press. You know what I mean? Yeah, I figure dealing with like different crowds too, like you said, traveling. Is there any city that you gone to? You're like, Jesus, these people aren't crazy.
Honestly, anywhere in West Virginia.
Really?
People in West Virginia are crazy about this stuff.
I could see it. I could see it.
They're very old school with how they do things.
Yeah.
And just very vulgar too.
I could see that.
Dude, we take a beating verbally out there, man.
Everyone does, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
If you're a heel, they hate you. Like,
really?
They hate your guts, man. And if you're a face, they love you. It's just that simple for them.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what they buy into. If you're the bad guy, you get it. Okay.
Yeah, you're scum of the earth.
You think some of them would embrace the bad guy? Yeah. Yeah. None of them do. That's funny. Is there any one city that you're like, that's a pinnacle? Like I want to wrestle in this city.
Chicago.
Oh really? That's
Chicago is one of the places I really want to go to.
What's the reason for that?
I guess just the area. There's a lot of good, cool promotions out there, and a lot of big names started out in Chicago.
Right.
New York City's another place that has a lot of promotions and a good, I guess, place that has eyes on.
Yeah.
So
just getting different attention and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah. As far as like networking with other promoters in other cities, is it just Facebook, or how do you?
I guess it's harder to do with email, so I usually do Facebook.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get back to you though, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So, but like getting booked places, a lot of it is like reaching out, basically showing interest, then showing up to the show, setting up the ring, and just proving to them that you want to be there is essentially how you get booked now.
Yeah.
Which it's part of the grind. So like I don't mind it at all, especially like, getting my hands dirty. You know, like I'm sure all like the vets in the industry, you know, still help out where they can. You know what I mean, with doing it. So
Yeah.
And they were in my shoes at one point. So
yeah.
What's the best advice you ever got from like a former wrestler or someone that's obviously just has more experience than you?
The best advice I'd say has been given to me is just, I guess, keep your head on straight. Like, don't let your ego get the best of you, because like that kills a lot of people's momentum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to walk around with that picture of you that you're just a douche. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You just gotta stay humble.
Have you ever met a wrestler that was a complete, like, you thought it'd be cool and just, I mean, you don't have to say his name, but you know.
No, I haven't yet.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Didn't you say the wrestler is usually pretty cool? Is that who
Yeah, I mean, they always seem to be pretty cool in my book. I mean, I've never seen any of them act like a douchebag or nothing like that.
Yeah, I haven't met any airheads, so
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Some other celebrities you meet, you know, in different film and stuff. You're
Yeah.
complete,
So-
you know.
So give you the backstory on that. We do Comic Cons. We do a lot of the shows.
Okay, yeah.
And we go to them, like, you know, but we've been doing them for years.
Mhm.
And like sometimes you meet certain people and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like certain actors, you know, you're just like, like they.
Some you think they're going to be like totally cool, and they're total opposite of that. They're
Yeah.
not nice whatsoever. Just
No personality.
No
It's like
personality.
their acting proves that they can pretend they're
yeah,
nice.
they
Yeah.
pretend to be cool on screen, but on
It's like-
person, they're
Yeah.
Take the picture and get out of my sight.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
That's
so,
what it
so,
is.
so that's what it is too. Like with and we keep talking about the con world, I guess, because this podcast kind of goes with
Yeah, it goes
cons
on
and
Yeah.
stuff.
fields
But,
and stuff.
That's it's changed a lot. Like years ago, it wasn't like that at all. It was more personal, and you actually got to meet them and talk to
Yeah.
them. And now it's snap the picture, keep the line moving. You got some person sitting next to them telling you to keep moving. You know, it's just I have a big gripe with like the cons now, how they
Yeah.
run. You know, it's
There actually is. It's called WrestleCon. I don't know if you've heard about that. It's going to a different city, but there's going to be one in Pittsburgh in December. I think
Oh.
at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center.
what's that about?
I don't know the whole thing. I think it's a brand new con, but I think Sting's supposed to be there. Sergeant Slaughter, Trish Stratus, and Lita as of now.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know
So-
that was a thing they were doing.
Yeah, I think it just got announced, so it's something to check into.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something you could promote yourself a little bit at or
Yeah.
whatever. And that's what we just did. We got business cards made with our QR code on the back, and that way, you know.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, just that way, just pass them out everywhere and see
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
happens. You know. Oh, matter of fact, that guy that was dressed up messaged me yesterday. That you know who I'm talking about. The
Mhm.
guy was
Yeah.
it was off the record, but
yeah.
yeah, our thing is like just meeting people, snapping pictures with people, and just
Yeah.
trying to get exposure to the podcast now as much as possible. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah,
definitely. What's that?
It's definitely fun though, like going to cons and trying to,
Oh, yeah.
mingle with everybody and try to,
Dude, there are people
Yeah.
with some crazy costumes at
Oh,
these things, man.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
time and effort they put into them is
Mhm.
absurd.
We just had a guy in here that he goes by Captain Pittsburgh, and he looks just like Iron Man. Or no, Captain America.
Captain America. That's who he's supposed to be.
I don't know why I said Iron Man. Captain Pittsburgh looks like Captain America,
Yeah.
but his outfit's all Pittsburgh attire, and
Oh, that's cool.
he was talking about he spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get the outfit to look because it's all custom.
Yeah.
3D printed helmet and stuff.
But it looks dope. Like when he comes walking in here, God, that looks badass.
Yeah.
He looks
You
like a
know,
superhero
looks
for
cool.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has that look too. He walks in, he's kind of tall and stuff.
Yeah,
he's just like-
muscular. Yeah, he
yeah,
looks good. He looks good.
Hell yeah! So WrestleMania's coming this week. You said is that the only match you're interested in, or is it the whole thing?
I guess for night one, night two is probably Cena and Cody.
Now, how
Okay.
long have they been doing the 2-night WrestleMania?
That all started with the pandemic, right? 2020, somewhere around there.
I think 2019.
Okay,
Maybe
2019.
2019, 2020 is when they started doing two nights.
Okay, that's when they had to do it in the empty arena, so that's how they were broadcasting. Is that how that went?
Yeah, because it was the what was it WrestleMania? What are we on? 40?
Wow, is that what it is?
Jeez.
I think it was 35 was the one that they did in the Performance Center.
Yeah.
Because it's when I think John Cena and Bray Wyatt wrestled each other.
Oh, yeah, I remember that match. That was cool how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a favorite match of all time? And you're like, this is the best match I've ever seen.
My favorite match of all time is John Cena and CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like how wrestlers do have a favorite match.
Yeah.
You know I mean, to me, it's so cool. Like, it's like a band always has their favorite album, you know, like that sort of thing. What about music? What do you listen to?
I listen to a bit of everything, mainly like metal and hard rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up because of my dad. I listened to a lot of like Stained in the early 2000s, like I guess post grunge, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My favorite band's Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool. What's your dream match? You know, what's the pinnacle for you of like, if I could wrestle this guy, I feel like I made it?
Probably say AJ Styles. Honestly, I'd be like, yeah, you know, like get to that level.
Yeah, yeah. He just came back to Raw, right? Recently, I think.
Yeah, he just came back from some injury or something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he had like a knee injury, came back, injured it again, and then was out till the Rumble. So, yeah, terrible, man.
Who's that new guy I was talking about? That tall guy. He keeps bothering AJ Styles. He's like pestering him in his interviews and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Logan Paul?
No. What do you think of Logan Paul?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah. I'll tell you what about him. Like, at first when I heard it, I was like, oh, come on. He's going to be in wrestling. Like, you know, but whenever he did that, when he jumped from the top rope and clotheslined somebody mid-air.
Yeah.
And they connected mid-air.
I think it was Ricochet.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, you know.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
That's like him or hate him. That was impressive.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that guy's really putting his neck out there now. Like, it's no longer he's just there for his own image or whatever, or his own publicity.
Look, I'll take him over his brother any day, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
A lot of people say that. And for some reason, the younger brother's just like more of the punk. Yeah. I did when he boxed Mike Tyson. I hated that. Like, I did not want to see that happen.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And it looked to me that he was holding back on Mike Tyson, and I kind of respected him for that. Because I felt like he could have easily knocked him flat.
Oh yeah,
you know. And I was like, I could tell he's kind of like not, you know, because you know, in your mind, if you have the opportunity to knock out Mike Tyson, it don't matter what age he is. It's still like, I did that. Like,
yeah. I mean, Mike Tyson's not the same dog he was like 30, 40 years ago. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. And what a marketing trick they pulled on everybody. Did you see those like they were showing these quick where Mike he's ducking and punching the bag real quick. Yeah. He looked like he was going to come out and kill
like 22 or something.
Yeah.
He's like moving real quick.
They should have been sued for false advertisement, you know? Because he looked like he's gonna come out and just destroy him.
The fight's gonna be 30 seconds long.
That's really what I believe.
Back in his prime or whatever.
What do you think of MMA?
I mean, I'm not super big into it, but if it's on like at the bar, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, it's cool to see like an actual fight go down.
Yeah.
This shit's crazy. I couldn't do that. Actually fighting somebody.
Nah,
not for me.
You know, the thing about them is that, and I was talking to some guy that trains for MMA. The studio used to be in a building with it had an MMA school inside of it. Fractured City Gear and oh my god, I forget the name of the school right now, but I'll think of it as we're talking. But they were saying like these guys wake up at like 6 a.m. to like take kicks in the face. You know what I mean? Like and slam each other on the ground at like 6:30 in the morning. They're already punching each other, grappling. All this stuff, and it's just the commitment level when they have to go to a fight is just there's a lot of sacrifice, and it's like a whole different level of anything what they put themselves through. Like, there's no way to practice getting kicked in your face.
No,
you know what I mean?
Hell no, man.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing about it. It's
that's kind of like that new thing, that slap where you stand there and somebody just slaps you as hard as they can. Whatever that's called.
It's like the thing they do in Russia. It's like.
No, they're doing it here now.
Oh, they're doing it here now?
Yeah, the UFC, I think, is somehow involved with their own division of it.
Power slap, I think.
Power slap, yeah. I think Dana White, and I think Logan Paul, of all people, I think he has something to do with, like, the ownership of it. I think he does.
Like, that is just insane to me that people
Would you ever do a slap contest?
Oh, hell no.
Fuck no. Or no way.
No.
Yeah.
I'll watch, but, yeah.
It is, like, the easiest way to get knocked out ever.
Oh,
you know
for sure.
I would never, you know what I mean, like... No. You'd have to be crazy. They are crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they have to be.
And the percentages of like people getting knocked out, it's like every other slap.
Yeah.
Someone's getting knocked out cold. You know, you slap somebody and they don't fall, you already know. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw a video on Instagram. Somebody got slapped. Her eye like popped out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've seen that one, yeah.
oh,
Ouch.
disgusting. Yeah. Like, no, dude, that's the most unhealthy. All the force, dude, I could, from right here, if I could slap someone, like how much force you could put into it.
Yeah.
Like, no way in hell I'm letting some big, strong, you know.
And they sit there, all right, ready, and whack.
Yeah, no way in hell. Oh, God, yeah. Anything else outside of wrestling you're into? Any sports?
Honestly, no. I'm not really,
No?
I wasn't really a sports kid. I played video games every
Did you
once
wrestle
in
in
a while.
high school?
Nah.
No.
No, man. I was a fat kid in high school.
Okay. See, I'm vice versa. I was skinny and now I'm
Yeah.
fat. So, you know, I plan to come back. Don't worry. Good.
All right, just talking about the slap and the wrestling and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
What's your favorite type of movies and stuff like that?
I'm big into action movies, like I like the superhero movies and all that, like the sci-fi kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like horror every once in a while, but some of the gruesome
No offense,
stuff
Ryan.
Just,
I know.
That's why I say that when people say they don't like horror.
I like the slasher movies. Like my favorite's the 1978 Halloween. So,
Excellent. Yeah, that's my favorite horror film of all
it's
time. Actually.
so good.
So that banner right there is
Yeah.
specifically next to Ryan because
That's
he
there for
wants
a reason.
Michael there first next to him. Like that.
And if he knows he's actually looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't just accidental. You know,
Yeah.
that was very deliberate put up there, and he's all proud of himself, staring at it and staring back at him. Yeah, he still dresses up for Michael Myers for Halloween and stuff. So,
And throughout the year, I do yard work, dress up as Michael Myers.
That's
I
hilarious.
got my neighbors always staring at me, and it's like shaking their heads at me.
yeah.
One time, my one neighbor, I was in the woods cutting down a tree, and my neighbor out home, and all of a sudden, I look over at her. She must have jumped about 10 feet in the air, grabs under her heart. I was like, oh, I heard her ripped off my mask. I was like, hey, it's just me. She's like, okay, like, scared to.
Yeah. What about? Are you into Halloween dressing up? You know.
Not so much dressing up. I mean, like my buddies and I, we go out like drinking for Halloween. So like
Yeah.
I was Donkey Kong this past year. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we went to some bar where everyone's dressed up. I used to do masquerade balls. I used to love them, but I don't really see them popping up as much as they used to now.
Yeah.
Different like promoters, I guess.
Yeah, it's the thing. A lot of people don't, they get out of that and throughout the years. Yeah, I was dressed up as a vampire. Some girl come up, but she's like, "Are you a reverend?" I was like, "No, I'm a vampire." She's like, "Okay."
Are you a reverend?
She goes, "I'm dressed as a devil so we could dance together." I was like, "I think I'm good on the dance too."
That's funny.
That's epic.
Are you a reverend?
I mean, I guess I was like a big cross hanging down here.
Yeah.
Oh
God, yeah. So when you're traveling, like how after the show's over, what's that like? When you're like going back to the hotel room, are you fulfilled? Are you?
I'd say I'm pretty fulfilled. Really, I usually I shouldn't, but I usually like ride the high till like Monday, and then it's like I watch it back and I'm like, shit, I should have did this, that, or this. And I beat myself up a bit, but it keeps me wanting to improve.
And you said you're doing shows every weekend now, so
yeah, pretty much every week.
So anything you like forgot to do, you can add to the next,
Kind of, yeah. Like, like if there's a match where I'm not really vocal or showing much character, I usually like when we're training, we do practice matches, and I usually like just bring that out so to keep it like stuck in my head to remember to play to the crowd.
Now when you're traveling and you're talking to different promoters or whatever, how do you say like, hey, I'd like to have the microphone? Are you good on the mic? Are you still working on the mic?
Oh, I'm still working on it. My partner's great. However,
Okay.
I'm just
that's why it's
still
good to have a
figuring
partner.
that out. Yeah.
You have any good promos that you do?
Can
you demonstrate one?
You want to cut a promo right now?
Oh, dude, I don't think I'm about ready for that,
okay.
man.
But next time you're on, you're
When
gonna
you're ready.
Dude,
you're gonna call us both out too.
I'll come do another one. I'll do a promo.
Yeah. So you're working on your mic skills. What is it that you think you're lacking?
I guess thinking of stuff to say without swearing. So I'm like, especially as a heel, like I probably should ask, but like about swearing on here, but
No, you can.
it's
You
just
can. We can do either or. You
Yeah.
can say it and I can bleep it, or we can let it ride. It don't really
yeah, I kind of just like let it flow, and like I can come up with so many great ideas of things to say, because like when we film promos and stuff, and then I'm like, I can't use that word, and then I'm trying to find something to like put in place of that's PG.
that stings just as much.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm like, oh, but it'll come to me eventually. It just takes time. A lot of it, like, I'll cut promos like to myself looking in a mirror just to kind of get like the
You
habit.
should film
of doing
yourself.
that.
Feel of,
Yeah.
You should probably film yourself. That way you can really watch it and take it in.
That's actually a good idea. Just put the camera on you, just constantly let it film for half hour, whatever, and just keep going.
Yeah.
And
Watch
you
it
get that
back.
one, you're like, all right, I like how that sounded, but maybe this part I liked, and then another promo I like that, and it's just kind of mix them together.
Yeah, it's also like being like finding your voice, because you don't want to be like talking in one tone the whole time. Like at some points when there's like an action word, you want to maybe like raise your voice a little bit or like kind of bring it down.
Yeah. My favorite were people like Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh,
You come out,
excellent
listen
on the
here,
mic.
you pigs. Like right away. Like I like that kind of stuff. God,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was golden on the mic.
yeah. Who's your favorite on the mic?
The Rock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rock's a good on the mic.
The Rock was so wild because he was in a group called Nation of Domination. I'm sure you knew that, but we remember when he was in the Nation of Domination, and literally it was like all of a sudden he's a solo act, and now he's The Rock. And what he asked for was he didn't really buy into the Nation of Domination. What do they call it? He had to be a part of the group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the stable.
He
Stable,
wasn't.
yeah.
He didn't want to be a part of it right away. And he's like, I'll tell you what, if I could be on the mic for 5 minutes or like 3 minutes before the match, and he took it from there and just took off. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, the mic is just as important. What about makeup? Do you ever wear any makeup
For wrestling?
Yeah. Nah. Is that something you wouldn't do, or if they told you to do it, you just do it?
If they told me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But no, I just recently got into spray tanning, so that's been exciting. I would get grilled up pretty bad about being so pale. So I was like,
hey, you have a nice
shit.
tan for what it's worth.
Oh, thanks. It's washing off.
Especially in this room, you're glowing. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's great. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, I think we summed it up. That was a great show.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good interview. Is there any, how do people get a hold of you?
I have Facebook's Keegan Taylor. My Instagram and Twitter are TheKeeganTaylor. It's probably the best way to see all my content.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, and make sure you send me over your information. I'll put in the details of the video too.
Absolutely.
That way, obviously we want people to be able to get a hold of you too.
Yeah.
We want this to promote you as much as possible, Mm-hmm. So yeah, with that being said, I think unless there's anything else you'd like to add or insult anybody before you leave, or do you have an opponent you'd like to send a message to or anything like that, or?
Nah.
You're going to hold that in for now. Huh?
Yeah, I'll hold it in for now. I'll let it boil and bubble.
Yeah,
over.
No, we're going to come get you. You're bringing us with you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a good rival? Or are you working on that too?
Not yet.
That's what you need.
I guess the spectrum is like a lot of companies go by storylines.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an IWC, like they have their main storylines for the year, with which all the people that are in them are more than well deserving of it. You know what I mean? Like they've worked hard to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not at that level yet, but
Right.
I'm in like I guess a minor kind of storyline.
Yeah.
So like
you're working your way up the ladder though.
Yeah, we got beat up by Tommy Dreamer at the last show. So I mean,
ECW legend.
Yeah.
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 Nice. Yeah, I think a good rivalry definitely sets you apart. Get your blood going.
Yep.
Make it someone you don't like in real life too. I think that'll really help. Have you ever dealt with that? Like, dealing with a wrestler in the ring that personally you don't really care for him.
There's been a few people I really don't like personally. I don't care for. I mean, I've never like purposely beat somebody up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, there are times like, I mean, we all know how wrestling is. Not to like bend back the curtain, but like, like when you're talking over shit, there's just a lot of stuff people like try to bring in that make absolutely zero sense. And it's just some people are just difficult to work with.
Looking for favoritism and stuff.
Yeah.
Want the storyline to be more about them. Yeah. And nepotism might play a part. Someone's related to somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't dealt with that yet, but like when you obviously like some people you don't know how your chemistry is going to be like, but you just got to come together. You know, it takes two to tango.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when you come together and you go out there and show off something really good that elevates both of you, then like you've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when it's kind of like you come up with an idea, and then somebody just like, it's like, no, I really don't want to do that. Like, how about we do this? And you can't agree on something.
Yeah.
It makes it so much harder.
Right.
To get like, to just, you know, do your thing. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
When you're looking to get pulled over and they want to hold you back.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, like, it's great when everybody works together, but unfortunately, life's not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they want it to be about them, essentially. Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be tough. And I always thought dealing with someone you don't like and in the ring, you feel them hit you a little harder than usual.
Oh, I like getting hit hard.
Oh, really?
It gives me something like
motivation.
Gives me more of a natural reaction.
Yeah.
To want to hit them even harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Have you ever gave someone extra little clothesline?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
A few times. Yeah.
There it is. All right. But yeah, look, we definitely loved having you here.
Yeah.
This is an open platform for you, especially. You know, let us know if you have a big match coming up, you want to promote it. Talk about it. You know, like I said, maybe bring some of your friends along, whatever.
Dude, I could easily get my tag partner to come and do one of these.
That'd be
Absolutely.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, this is Mass Culture Podcast episode 14. Hopefully to have this up in a week or so I won't say a day or anything like that. But yeah, I guess we are signing out. If you want to give the sign out to everybody.
All right, and we are out of here.
I gotta stop everything.